What's good, y'all? It's your favorite Empress. Welcome in if you're new, and welcome back if you're an OG. For those who are new here, I'm LaDanya, but over here they call me Empress Moxie. And on my channel, I do videos about self-care for women and men alike, as well as vlogs of my journey postgraduate where I travel, do business, and grow as a woman. So if you're into content like that, be sure to browse and then subscribe and stick around by clicking that notification bell so you'll be reminded whenever I post. In today's video, we're going to be diving into a little bit of self-care where I discuss hygiene and body care products that I will no longer be using from head to toe 2023 forward. These are products that I found not to be of good quality. They didn't give me the results that I needed, and sometimes they're just wasteful or were just bought because of the hype online. I'm going to be giving honest reviews, and then we'll be finishing up the video with some advice on how to choose the best products for us and how to get the best results from the products that we do have. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. Remember, I said we're going to talk about head to toe. So I'm actually going to be starting with skincare. Number one, for skincare products I will not be using again will be the CeraVe or the Cetaphil facial cleansers. So if you do have those, this is the CeraVe. I also had the Cetaphil, but I threw it away. And the reason why I won't be using the Cetaphil or the CeraVe ever again is because it's kind of wasteful. The product feels like nothing. It just feels like I'm putting a layer of just nothing. I feel like the satisfaction is missing from it as well as the results. So it's no use. Basically, let me show y'all what I mean. So this is the CeraVe, right? So if I'm to put this on my skin right now, it doesn't really give me a lather or anything like that. It's like just continuously rubbing something on my skin, and it's not giving me a result at all. Even the Cetaphil is the same way. It's just rubbing something on my skin, getting no result. And the reason I purchased that was because of the popularity of it that I saw online when I got into my skincare journey, and because everyone else said, oh, it worked for them, I purchased it. This is where you realize that the knowledge about your skin type or your specific genetics is really important. Let's go down to oral hygiene. So for oral hygiene, products I will not be using again as recommended by my dentist. I like natural medicine, natural herb, natural anything. Most of the products that I use, I try to make it as organic as possible, meaning that they don't use a lot of preservatives and it's not going to be harmful to my body in the future years, right? So for my oral hygiene, something I no longer use is mouthwash or toothpaste with alcohol in it. So most of the mouthwash, like those from Listerine, have alcohol in it. And alcohol is not a good agent in any product that we have. It could dry out whatever it's put onto. So imagine continuously swishing around alcohol in your mouth every morning. That's going to be drying out your taste buds, drying out your mouth. And your mouth is a moist environment. It needs to remain moist because that's how your mouth functions. So I no longer use Listerine mouthwash. Instead, I use the Thoroughbred, which is a naturally formulated mouthwash. Pretty good for fresh breath, removing cavities. They have different variations of it and formulas, but this one that I use is for a healthy smile. It fights cavities and it strengthens my teeth. Of course, this is gonna go alongside my oral hygiene routine that I have every morning, which includes flossing and brushing my teeth and scrubbing my tongue with my tongue scraper. So I like to understand what ingredients don't need to be in my products so that I could keep it as natural as possible. So hair removal products like Nair are products I will not be using anymore because number one, they are chemical products. And dealing with chemical products as a whole in the household is dangerous in itself because it can be flammable. If caught in your eyes, it can cause blindness. because a lot of us don't use it properly, we can get our skin grazed and burned because some of us have coarse hair, like black and brown people, we have more coarse hair on our skin, and we will leave it longer because of wanting the same smooth skin result as our counterparts. But what that's doing is burning our skin and impacting the epidermis, which is the outer layer of the skin, and that's not really a good thing. Also, the strong smell of it, that might be another impact of the chemical property of it. So that's part of why I don't use it. Continuing on to body care, we're gonna touch on a very popular brand product. This is no slandering of the brand or anything, it's just about how it has worked for me, and it taught me a lesson about trying to catch on to trends and things like that. So for the Native brand, I've been trying natural deodorants a lot. My favorite natural deodorant right now is the Dove 0% because it does work for me, and I like the scent because it's cucumba. So I use that one, and I tried out the Native cucumba and mint, but it just didn't work. It sweat out so quick, and whenever I would spray it, it would literally just leak down my armpit. The product would not stick or stay or do its job. So I paid $15 to keep this bottle full because I only used it twice. Reason being is that I would stink like 20 minutes later after using this, and that's not the result I had with the Dove version of this. So it was unfortunate that I ended up wasting money with that one. So that's why we're gonna touch on popular products now. So the Native brand is something that's all over TikTok. Everybody's using it, and that's great. The result of a product can vary based on the person using it because of genetics, body type, things like that. But maybe that's the reason why the Native didn't work for me. Maybe I sweat more than others who use it. Maybe, I don't know, my makeup of my body is just different, right? So this is not slandering the product at all. It's just saying that we should at least do our research before just grabbing a new product because you see it all over social media. So it would be the same for the Native body wash for me. I don't really get the hype of them. They don't do anything for me, actually. So it's just not doing it for me. So I won't be using those products anymore. And since we were on the Native body wash, a version of the Native body wash that was very popular was the cupcake one that Cardi B said that she used. And no, let's not use scented body wash, especially as women, because of how sensitive our flora is. You should not have scented products near your vaginal area because it can cause pH imbalance and cause infections. So definitely don't go for that hype, especially when it involves something scented. Relax a bit on that, women. Take your time. Don't jump into that fad. It's not necessary. Okay? Still on the subject of body care, specifically in the bathroom, we're gonna be talking about loofahs. Some of us may already know loofahs are not the best choice for body hygiene because it traps the bacteria each time you shower, and it's just an infestation waiting to happen. So avoid the loofah. An alternative to a loofah is, of course, the African rag, which is where that may have been inspired from. And the African rag's better because it's loose compared to the loofah, which is like a circle. No more loofahs. Try the African rag instead of the loofah. The next product I will definitely not be using is going to be vaginal washes because the older I'm getting, the more I'm realizing that those things are just for teenage girls who are misguided and thinking that their vagina should smell like ponies and butterflies and rainbows, and that's not a thing. Water is enough to wash your vagina, okay? Unless instructed otherwise by your gynecologist because of an infection or whatever it may be that comes into your life, I don't believe that using these feminine washes is a necessity. It's not necessary. An alternative to this is going to be maintaining hydration, drinking lots of water, Also, making sure you take probiotics. The older you get as women, we definitely need to maintain our bodies within. So it's going to be more about the vitamins you're taking, the fruits you're eating, the water intake, all of those types of things instead of the products that you're, washing and scrubbing, because you can't scrub away what's inside, really. That's all it's about. What's inside is what's coming out. So if you're having a poor diet, you mostly drink, I don't know, Arizona iced tea and hot Cheetos and things like that, then your funk might be funky. But if you're trying your best to drink a lot of water, eating fruits that have water, and eating nuts, and taking your probiotics, then it might be a different result for you. If there's ever a second thought about how your odor is or how things are down there for you, there's always resources online and in person with your gynecologist. Never be afraid to explore your resources. They're always here for you. And I'm a resource too, so definitely leave questions in the comments, and I'm always free to answer them. Even on my Instagram, I have young girls ask me questions and I respond as soon as possible in the DMs. I'm never afraid to respond to you. So if you ever have a question about anything that I'm going over in this video or any video about women's wellness and body care, be sure to ask me, because I'm here for you. So just to recap, not buying products that are popular just because they're popular, avoiding products with harmful ingredients like alcohols and certain enzymes that eat away at our skin that we can't notice with the naked eye, but it does over time. Avoiding scented products near our private areas because it can cause imbalance. Those are reasons why I won't be buying the products that I specified earlier, is because of those results. So we're gonna go into some tips on how to gauge the best products for your body and self-care, and then how to make sure you get the best results from them. So the first tip is going to be, instead of buying products in its normal big size, like say the CeraVe, right? You see how I have this bottle now and I won't be using it again because it's useless to me? I would feel like I'm less wasteful if I bought like a sample size. If you go to Walmart right now, you will see a travel size for the CeraVe in the travel section of Walmart or any store that carries this, because there's always a travel version to the normal size of the product. So that's a hack you can use whenever you want to test a new product. Check if they have a sample size or a travel size and test it out first to see if it works. That way you're wasting less and you're also saving money, because what if you realize that that product's not for you? You didn't use your money for nothing, right? And you won't just have products laying around like, dang, I just bought this product and I can't even use it. Yes, so use that hack. And then the next thing to do for products when you do purchase them, I understand that there are people who purchase products in bulk because of the popularity of it or because you love it so much. Something really, really important to remember is that products do have expiration, regardless of if you open it or not, because there are preservatives within them so that they could last a certain period of time. So on most of the products that we use, there's usually a little cap. There's a little jar on the side of it. I'm trying to find it on here so I can show y'all. Yes, here it is. So you see this little jar right here. It says 12M and the jar is open, right? This jar right here is what y'all are looking at. I don't even know if this is zooming, but basically this means the product is gonna last 12 months after opening it. So after opening it, it's gonna last you for a year. Maybe it will be done before the year comes up, maybe not. But you should know when you buy your products and know the time frame and frequency of how you're gonna put it into your routine so that you're not wasting it and you're not using a product that is no longer effective because you had it sitting around too long. You wanna be mindful of that, because it's not only wasteful, but it can be harmful to your body, because sometimes after the preservatives are expired. Sometimes it can leave the way for bacteria to develop and different funguses that could go into your skin and your body and cause breakouts. It can cause rashes and it can cause infections. This can happen in any product, even our pads. So you want to be careful about that, okay? Those were the major tips that I wanted you to think about and remember. So that was all for this. I know it was a quick video, but that was all I had to share. I'll definitely have more videos like this. So make sure to come back next week Sunday and I will see y'all with another one. Bye.